production, clip this, keep it saved, keep it in the files. Liverpool are beating Arsenal at Anfield. Now, it doesn't matter what our run is. It doesn't matter what form we're in. Doesn't matter what's going on. I'm telling you, we're beating Arsenal. 2 weeks. I'm just saying, you could do it better. That's clip this as well. Clip this as well because we're going to beat Arsenal.
Do you guys want to take me to the shops? I'll go buy a Liverpool shirt on Sunday.
I'll wear it on Monday. I'll let you borrow one if you want.
Mine. We've got heaps. Don't worry about it.
I want to have Alvarez on the back.
This is new lows. He's gonna have Alvarez on the back. Lucky we don't play on Good Friday because we won't be the only Jesus that died.
And they're doing things. They're gonna be drunk off eggnog from that.
Yeah, they'll be
Easter.
drunk from Easter eggnog.
Yeah.
You really don't know the Christian holidays.
Saliba's out. So Holding's starting.
Saliba out. Holding. You think Rob Holding just because he got a new hairline he can F with?
Wait, hold up.
With Darwin?
Breaking news. Hold up. One second.
Life's good over here.
Yo.
Who is it?
Oh, Fabricio just told me. You guys re-signed Aubameyang and he started. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Just let him shoot. Back again, new episode. Life's good. How's everyone been?
Good.
Chilling. Bud, stat padding up.
Yeah, man, have to.
Another Sis King, bud. Hey, we'll get that counter up. Production, Jack. Get that counter up. Update it.
That's crazy.
2 and 2.
Killing it.
My team got two reds in 2 minutes. You guys are 2 and 2 as well. Hey, 2 and 2 gang over here.
2 and 2, 4. You guys are playing 4-2-2. Nah, that's not enough plays. My bad. I just did quick maths.
What formation did you come out with in the second half?
It was like...
You didn't know you got taken off.
It was like 4... It was weird. I think it was like 4-2...
That's it.
Yeah.
That's enough. You're out of place.
Yeah, that's enough. Stop right there.
It was like 4-2-1. 4-2-1-1 or something.
Yeah. That's awful.
There's no width.
That's hard.
It was fullbacks working overtime.
Yeah. Imagine playing like 60 minutes of a match with 9 players. That's terrible.
Yuck.
Only in Canberra football, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, I had words. I had a lot of words the whole time, but we'll keep this off camera.
Bro, we didn't even see you. You just disappeared. You went out the back way. Someone said you went out the back.
No, it was wild.
He doesn't want to.
He's got to keep team morale. It was wild, but look, we bounced back. We got Gunners 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. That's a big game, man. 2 weeks.
Might come and watch.
It's a big game. Is it? Our home or you guys? Your home.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
It's a night game. Cold night. One of those weird night games. That's what it's going to be. Yeah.
It's so dark now as well. It's going to be dark and cold.
Oh, daylight savings is over.
Yeah.
True. It's going to be like proper like a night game. That's going to be, at least it's a good pitch.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a bit,
I love that pitch.
It's a bit spongy at the moment.
Yeah, it's better than what we played on.
True.
Yeah, man. Cow Paddock we played on the weekend.
True. Them tuggers need to fix that up, man.
How are they still playing on that field? Don't they have Greenway now?
No, Olympic played on it the day before, and then
what the hell's going on?
Yeah. I think they've said no to Greenway like maybe 15 times.
Oh,
they
okay.
like playing on a small field.
Yeah, and especially against us, that was perfect tactics until we went up 3-0 in the first half.
Exploited all their tactics.
Yeah. Oh well, enough about Canberra football, I guess.
Anyway. Well, hello. I'm Chrissa.
How are we? Chrissa, how are we?
Back for another week. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. To my right.
It's PBB, Pretty Boy Bud. Mm-hmm. Pretty as ever.
Might start calling you KDB.
KDB?
All them assists.
Oh,
and you're looking good.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Are we playing the clip again? He's run from the back.
Why not?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
We'll put it in as well.
2 and 2, guys. You know, I don't just assist long balls. I put them into the box as well. KDB kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Except I got black hair. He's got regular hair. So that's the only difference between us.
Almost the same.
Pretty much.
I'm Belgique as well. So
Belgique.
Psych, I just eat Belgium chocolate.
Nice, man.
If you eat enough, you can just become Belgique.
He said Belgian chocolate, but then said Belgique.
He knows what he's doing.
Belgique. Like that's like the guy from Phineas and Ferb.
What are you talking about? I actually have to go, guys.
Hey, people who watch Phineas and Ferb know what I'm talking about.
I don't watch that.
Me neither. I'm here just question marks in my head.
We'll get that animation up.
Okay.
Oh, we've got a new camera crew and new DJ. So, but we need 2 more spots as well. So, don't listen to whoever just said that. That's not our DJ or camera guy. And to my 1, 2, 3 lefts.
Canberra's John Stones.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I know. I had to give him his props. But yeah, I tried to get out of this episode, but Bud called me out before I could make an excuse.
Tom was about to say, yeah, I got dinner.
Yeah, working like really late.
Really late.
Past 10.
I don't know why. So all the machines weren't working. Had to stay overtime.
I slashed his tires and I put an ad for new ones in Mitchell. So I had to drive here to get it.
D's left. Pengus Tech is back again. Great to be a part of this episode. 3 Liverpool fans. What a week to have 3 Liverpool.
At least we're here in
It's bold you're wearing a
at least we
Liverpool
got
shirt
each
as
other.
well.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
You put me in the deep end here between these two, but I'll survive.
Before we kick this off,
Mm-hmm.
Bud, tell him.
You guys have been doing well, but this is where I need my Muslim brothers and sisters to step it up a little bit. I know you guys have been fasting, you're probably tired during the day and stuff, so do it after you break your fast. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends to do that as well. You know, the Muslim community is pretty big everywhere in the world, so I know you got friends and family. So just, tell them to like, share, subscribe.
And don't just nod your head. Do it now. Like, do it
Exactly.
now. Like, pause it. Here, we'll wait.
If you do like, share, subscribe, it counts for a day of fasting, so you only have to do 29 days.
Smart.
Wow.
So
Lucky.
Amazing. Yeah.
exactly.
Sweet, let's start it.
Let's go.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I thought we were doing the comments thing first.
Should we do the comments?
I haven't even looked at
Do
the
we have
comments, to be
comments?
honest.
Sorry, I thought that's what you said in the
Oh, I didn't.
speak.
Yeah, I didn't
Sorry,
even look.
that's my bad.
No.
Did Jeremy
it's
say
alright.
that?
I think the one he sent in the chat's a bit different.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. We absolutely don't have to do the comments.
Yeah,
Should
I
we
didn't
run
look.
through them or no?
Don't mind. I mean, we've got a lot of.
Yeah, we do have a lot. Sorry,
Okay.
that's my fault.
No, that's right. Yes.
Jack, cut.
The great thing is we can just edit. So
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
amazing.
Haven't
Make as
ruined
many
the whole
mistakes as
episode
we
yet.
want.
Technology's incredible these days.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Oh yeah, shit.
But
Jack's like, got him.
Great.
Say
All
less.
right. I'm sorry. So we are going to start with talking about the Prem. I think we should just get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Man City Liverpool game 4-1 to City. 1-1 at half time. Liverpool crumbled in the second half.
Man.
Liverpool gang, what are we saying?
Man.
not a lot.
We're all so depressed.
Not a lot we can really say about
That's
Liverpool,
true.
to be honest about that. It's like it really was just boys against men, to be honest.
It
Like,
was.
and I thought before the game that we would score probably on the break. I think that I was very surprised in the way that we created that goal.
Yeah.
Like we played City at their own game and succeeded once,
Yeah.
and we scored from it. The difference between us and City is that they can do that every single time and get out and look comfortable on the ball and maintain possession, and we pretty much have to play on the counter the whole time. We just look like a different team. Like we knew City would have possession and all that kind of stuff. Liverpool of old would be a little bit more difficult to play against and be at least a little bit of a goal threat. We weren't even that.
Yeah. I think there's lots and lots of question marks about the way we set up. Because one, anybody that watched City's last few games, they've been playing almost in a 3-4-3, like a 3-2-2-3 formation. And yet we pressed in a 4-4-2, in a 4-2-4 almost, with Gakpo and Salah in the middle.
Yeah.
And then both Rodri and Stones were able to just pick up the ball and face forward at all times. Fabinho and Hendo both had to worry about Gundogan and KDB.
They were so deep.
And so they couldn't step on.
Yeah.
And then instead they've got Harvey Elliott out on the right where they're playing with a back three anyway. So if they just kept it in a front three and pressed in a front three, all the midfielders could have stepped on and one of the centre backs could have stepped on and it would have been so much better. But instead they cut through us. And you have to think like Klopp, you spend all week, right, preparing for this. All week. As much as he's been this amazing coach for us for the last 6 years, how good he's been, there's question marks, especially with Harvey Elliott.
in playing in that spot. And I think for me, the two biggest areas that let us down at the moment is one, Fabinho, and he has no mobility anymore, no sharpness. He was off the pace completely on the ball and defensively. In times where he would have broken up play, won tackles, slowed it down for us, he just was running around shadows. And then the other one, it's so clear how long it's been, right? But you talk about it every week. It's your favorite thing to talk about. But Trent,
man.
Trent, I want production to put the goals in play, like in right here. Trent for the first goal, right? As any fullback knows, you can never be deeper than your two centre backs, right?
We spoke about this 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we spoke about this. Again, the Bournemouth game.
Yep.
How is he standing 5 meters behind the centre back that's closest to him? City play straight away and cut it back and score. The only reason that Grealish can get the ball there is because, or Grealish can get the ball there is because Trent's keeping him onside. And then again, for the goal just before halftime, Fabinho loses the ball, doesn't pick up, and Trent starts pressing. He just leaves his man and starts pressing. Someone tell me why. But he's pressing without blocking the option.
Yeah.
So he's just running straight, and they play to his man into Alvarez. They counter and score again. And you think like, what is that?
You know what it is? I don't know how you guys can fix this so easily. I think it's because he's got
What are you gonna say?
Hold up. Because he's got Kanate next to him. Kanate can't speak English. I just realized. So you need to put Nat Phillips there.
That'll make
Or
a difference.
Matip couldn't speak English. He could barely speak English. So that's when he was a little bit better.
He speaks very well.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Pretty sure he speaks well.
well.
But you either need to move VVD on that side or get Nat Phillips into the starting 11.
Shut up, mate.
Because Kanate can't play.
Although we were absolutely terrible, it's just City, I think that's the best they've played against us in a long time. Like, when has Grealish played that well for City? So not, taking away from how shit we were, but they were just looking so good as well. And like you said, the way we set up, like Gundogan, I think every single time he got the ball, he was running freely just through our midfield. No one 100%. Was near him, and it was just frustrating to watch. I'm sure you loved wating that.
No, he was
when we went 1-0 up, and then you know.
I said, God bless Egypt. First, whatever, I was like, yes. So, Man City about to get the big L. Liverpool's looking scary. Then I think we kind of saw the regression with the Liverpool side. You got a midfield that's got no legs,
aging,
and it shows like it shows when they can't support the fullbacks to make the 2v1 overloads. And I think that's where the system collapses a lot. And that's why playing against a City that's mobile, they're fluid, box midfield, you're just going to get destroyed. So, yeah, it was interesting.
And Liverpool, they pride themselves on moving the ball quickly in transition. So you've got three midfielders who, Harvey Elliott is scared to play forward, Henderson has never played forward, and Fabinho can't play forward. We've got three midfielders who can't play the ball forward to our attackers when we rely heavily on moving forward in transition after we've won the ball. There's no wonder that we couldn't create any chances.
And we used to be so reliant on Firmino dropping in and receiving and being able to turn and release Salah and Mane. But now it's like they've tried to put Gakpo in that role, whereas it's not completely his game, whereas he's good on the ball and he can get on the turn. But when he gets on the ball to turn, there is literally no options. Nothing. And there's no one underneath because Hendo and Fabinho and Javier can't get underneath quick enough. Yeah. And then we just look shit. Defensively, if you look at Liverpool from the past few years, defensively, we used to be a unit. We still used to play a high line, but we used to, when the ball would go over the top, Alisson was always there, or the centre-backs are fast enough to deal with everything. Anytime it goes out wide to a 1v1, Henderson would double up. Wijnaldum would double up on the other side. And now it's like Mane would double up with Robbo on the other side. But now it's like it's nothing. We're so easy. I saw a stat. We have conceded the second most big chances this season. We're sitting at 19th, like for most big chances conceded. Sheesh. And I think that just shows how good Alisson and how good Alisson's been this year for us, because he sits alone at most big saves and XG like saved.
It's in double digits.
Yeah, and the closest to him is like 3. And he's in double digits.
That was the first time I saw Klopp get frustrated at Robbo as well. I saw him yelling at him for not pressing because no one was pressing.
Yeah.
There's times where John Stones was picking up the ball. No one knew who had to step up onto him. They just letting him play. He looked like prime Jorginho at that. I was actually impressed.
John Stones, I honestly couldn't understand how. I think if anybody had said to me before this move into him moving into the 6 when they have the ball, if anyone had ever said to me that John Stones would be playing that role, I'd laugh. Right?
He's always been good on the ball.
He's been good on the ball, but there's a difference between being good on the ball as a 6 and being good on the ball as a centre back. Exactly. And this guy stepped into midfield so comfortably. Anytime they tried to press him, it was like the easiest thing ever.
Because he started right back, didn't he?
In the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Akanji and Diaz.
Yeah, but
he moved into centre back when they were out of possession.
Yeah. He went right back.
Akanji.
Oh, really?
Akanji was
went
right
out
back.
to the right.
Yeah.
And then Stones just...
I mean, it makes it easier when you have someone to play with in the 6. I think that John Stones probably couldn't play by himself in the 6, but the fact that he's, you just have to worry about one side when you're on the ball makes it a lot easier. But even then, he was
Tell you what, centre backs these days are becoming different.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Ben
that's what
White.
it is. Exactly.
John Stones.
It's true. Ake, Akanji.
PBB.
It's true. I think there's an expectation now to just be able to build attacks.
Yeah.
You're not just a defender. And I think it's weird because it seems like it's becoming more of a case that they want centre backs to be more ball players, than actual defenders.
Yeah.
But I think that's where it's interesting for me because I think I'd rather a defender who can defend. But I think but I think in a system like City,
I
need to defend too.
I think though having a centre back there is more of a sense of stability. Like if you look at Ben White defensively, he rarely gets caught out because he is a centre back. Same with Ake, same with Akanji. They are so strong in those positions. 1v1, it's like almost impossible to beat them. So I think having a centre back, I think they're moving away from having that winger style fullback, and now these centre back wing backs are taking over.
Yeah, because when City have normal centre backs that are just defensive, they're shocking on the ball. They had Otamendi, shocking. Mangala, shocking.
Yeah.
Di Michele, shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they've realised and identified that was a problem.
But then you look at Guardiola, they're always changing. They never stay. The system never stays the same. You look at how good they are and how different they are to City from 3 years ago or City from 2 years ago even. And I know Jeremy's not here, so Tom, you can talk about it. But
what?
Alvarez in at 9.
God damn, he's good, isn't
Masterclass.
He just, like we said previously, me and Jeremy, City are the same team with or without Haaland. It doesn't matter.
Boy.
I think you guys were saying they were different without Haaland.
They scored the same amount of goals. It's just spread.
Yeah.
You see the amount of goal scorers that scored for City on the weekend.
Yeah,
they
everyone
still
got a
scored
piece of
4.
it. Yeah. Gundogan.
That's what I mean.
Grealish.
They're so fluid when Alvarez plays.
It felt different.
They can interchange if they want. They can move forward quickly if they want. They can do whatever they want when Alvarez plays.
The style felt better.
Yeah, it felt a lot more
smoother.
fluid.
It looked like old City.
Yeah, I think that's why it looks like they played so well as well. He was everywhere. Just like we say, Haaland's very he's just a big log. He just sort of stays at the front. Whereas Alvarez was making such good runs, creating other space for the wingers to come in, and they just looked so good.
His ball for Mahrez that set up the second goal.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Yeah, I was impressed with his movement. I think it's a bit underrated because, and maybe he's drawing a lot from Messi, playing that kind of false 9 role where he can drop in, create space. It looked good. But my question is, do you think that when we compare the two, not so much goals, but in terms of role, do we think that Pep's telling Haaland not to get involved, or do you think Haaland is just incapable?
I think Pep knows what Haaland's good at, and I think he knows that if he gets involved, it could slow things down.
Yeah.
So I think he tells him, "Look, your job's to score goals. Get in the box. They're going to get the balls in no matter what." Yeah. And I think that's why they're putting a lot more numbers out wide, with De Bruyne always going out wide, Gundogan on the other side, creating the 2v1s just so that they can get the balls into the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they needed another option, not just someone that can drop in or play the 9 whenever. Like they could have Gundogan playing. I think having Haaland there is more like, you just stay there, we'll get the ball into you. Because there's so many times where City would get the ball in, and it's like people like Sterling and other players that don't have that finishing instinct to finish those goals.
Yeah.
And it ended up costing them matches. So I think when you have a striker who knows how to finish in there, it's easier to just give it to him and let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Sure.
I want to move to Newcastle versus United.
Damn.
That was
What a game.
Yeah.
it was a very interesting game because I think when we look at United without Casemiro,
They're a different team.
Mate,
it
Yeah.
looks like a different team.
They're a
They're
different team.
terrible. It's like they have no confidence that they can do anything without.
Yeah.
They're a
Because
different team.
I saw Newcastle had 22 shots. It probably
Oh
could have
my
been
days.
3-0.
No,
half-time.
it could have been 3.
They
It
got
could have been more.
half-time.
Joe Willett could have had a double hat trick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
my guy.
looked like a team that, and I think when we look at the style of play, it's funny because I think when Casemiro is there, you know, players like Rashford, they're receiving the ball higher. He's receiving the ball in better areas where he's actually having shots. There was none of that. You know, Bruno was deeper, receiving the ball deeper, and I think it's true. Casemiro out that team, it's a completely different side. The way they press, they repress, their positioning. It was a Newcastle show.
I don't even think United looked like scoring.
Nah.
It was like just Newcastle attack after Newcastle attack. St. Maximum looked insane. Every time he touched the ball, it was like he was going to
Electric.
create something. It was, it's crazy how one play can make such a difference,
But
hey?
you look at Newcastle defensively, and anytime they have to sit in and dig their heels in, they look impenetrable. They look like nobody will ever get through them. And that's why they have so many clean sheets. That's why they've only lost 3 games this season, same as Arsenal. Like, if they go in the summer and get some more attacking players that can hurt teams more often and more consistently, that is a Champions League side.
Yeah, but you see now that they've got Isak back, like
Exactly.
what a different team.
Yeah,
it is.
it was exceptional.
The only quality outlet that they really had was St. Maximum before that. They had
was
Almiron, who was the most unreliable player, apart from those 6 games where he scored 42 goals. But they've now got Isak. I was watching this dude drop into 10, get the ball, turn a player, spray it out wide, and then get in the box and get on the end of a header.
Yeah.
And people will say, the people that don't watch the game will say, oh, Isak, he's not scoring. Like, oh, they paid a lot of money for this guy. But then if you actually watch the game, this is stuff that the stats don't show. You have someone who's able to come and receive the ball, whereas it's so different to having someone like Chris Wood up front who's just playing off flick-ons or just getting in the box for crushing.
Yeah.
And
crosses.
even Callum Wilson to an extent, like his game is quite limited compared to Isak.
100%.
And Isak can so much more easily link with the wide players.
Definitely. And he still has that mobility that the others have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they look good, man.
Yeah, and I feel like when you look at the gaffer and where they are, they're seriously overperforming because I think
Bad.
they would have expected maybe like a top 6 finish in terms
Even
of their
top
trajectory.
6 would have been a
Would have
big...
been, yeah.
Third.
If they were to get a conference spot this year, that would have been success.
Yeah.
They're sitting in a Champions League spot ahead of United now,
Comfortably.
ahead of Liverpool, ahead of Chelsea, ahead of Tottenham. All these teams they're ahead of, and they deserve to be there.
Absolutely.
Defensive, that's what it is. Having a strong defense and a strong unit. Tom, you know I like a strong unit. Having a strong unit, that's what wins you leagues, wins you tournaments, wins you trophies. Because if everyone is so resolute, they're all connected, and it almost feels like going to... It's called Sports Direct Stadium, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Going to Sports Direct Stadium or Newcastle Stadium, whatever it is.
Oh, no, change. It's
ANZ?
Well, because that weirdo left.
yeah, it's
What's his name? The old owner.
Don't
Don't.
leave it open, man. Don't leave it open.
But yeah, it almost feels as though going there is one of the toughest things to do. And I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you're definitely fearing going there. Wait, you're
Do they
definitely...
play him again?
Yeah, they're going to play them there.
yeah, St.
big
James
game.
Park.
It's back to St. James Park?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So you're definitely fearing going there
That's
to
crazy.
play Newcastle
Definitely.
at their home ground.
Because, I mean, if you look at it, right, they've got in the midfield, Bruno Guimaraes is a baller, but Longstaff.
Yeah,
and
Willock
Willock,
played today.
they're sitting third. A midfield with them guys is
Yeah,
sitting third.
sitting third.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's impressive. And I'm
Very.
not trying to disrespect, what they've been doing, but I think what he's done to some of the players in that squad, it's crazy.
And they can be confident coming into the end of the season. They've lost to United 3 times this year in the Prem and Cup competitions, and they dismantled them.
Yeah,
Wipe
battered
the
them.
floor with them.
And United are supposed to be on this big run. Rashford, best player in the world. Ten Hag, best manager in the world. You know, like they're meant to be this team now, and Newcastle just handled them with ease.
And there has to be so many question marks about all the United players, all the other players, because how can one guy go out of the squad and you look so fragile? How can Casemiro come out of the squad and they look a shell of themselves? Defensively, they look like they were going to concede almost every attack.
Yeah.
Because you look at it, right? Because people were like, "Oh yeah, we signed Sabitzer, nice, you know,
Yeah.
that's good coverage." But one guy comes out the side, like you said, and they looked terrible.
Terrible.
So I mean, it goes to show, like when we look at United at the end of the season, do we think that they're at risk of falling out of the top 4? Or do you think this is just one of them games where they can just kind of forget about it and then we move?
I think their away form's alarming. I think they've lost their last 6 away games, something like that. So I think that, you know, you can't, if you want to make the top 4, you want to make a Champions League spot, just like Liverpool, you can't just be good at home. You have to win games away. You can't just not lose. You have to win. So if their away form picks up, which it probably could because they are a good team, I think that they can probably solidify their place. Yeah. If not, then it's open.
Then it's open for Spurs.
I don't see much challenge from other clubs.
I think
Like
Spurs
going
could get
into
that rejuvenation, you know,
New
It could be
manager
Yeah.
out, rejuvenation. But I think Chelsea could get the same. I think they're a bit too far away, though.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool at this point sit a bit
Finished.
too far away.
They're finished.
And then I honestly think the fight is literally Tottenham,
It's in their favour.
Tottenham, Brighton, even
Yeah, 100%.
Tottenham, Brighton, and yeah. That's
Also, why the hell do we not talk about Bruno anymore? This guy went from wanting to be Mr. Spotlight, hated Ronaldo.
KDB. They said he was better
Ignored
than people
him.
compared him to KDB. Let's
Yeah.
not forget that was a real
Exactly,
talent.
yeah. This guy has been, whenever they play bad, he's been one of their worst players. Even when they play good, he's not even one of their best players. He's just a player that just runs around. I remember the game who did they lose to just before?
Liverpool.
7-0. He was
He
Awful.
was getting grilled by
He asked to come off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was getting grilled because he was not tracking back at all. Most of the goals came from him complaining to the ref. The players moved on, and he's still in.
And he was playing. That's when he was playing out on the left, and you saw how good Trent was when he wasn't being tracked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's two of the worst trackers up against each other.
Yeah, moving on. It's been an interesting couple of days. Krista, who's been sacked?
Well, big bad Potter over here. Your mate has been sacked.
Hey, I'm just as happy as you
Bud's
guys.
happy.
Oh,
I'm happy.
oh, okay.
I woke up
Not the
today
vibe I thought I would get
smiling.
from you.
No smile so hard.
Interesting.
And Brendan Rodgers gone, which I guess those two aren't super surprising. Chelsea a bit. I thought they would have given him to the end of the season, but tell us, you're happy about it?
I'm happy, but it just shows that he was always one loss away. So why didn't you just not do it sooner? You know, I'm just here like they were just waiting for him to lose one more game to sack him.
What's the benefit of them doing it now, and what's the benefit if they did it a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
To you,
To me, I think we could have picked up more points, especially if you guys lost in the weekend. If we won against Aston Villa at home, which you would expect Chelsea to do, we would have been 1 point away from you guys. With a game against you guys the same week.
yeah, but don't worry about us. We're not,
Yeah,
we're
but
not fighting for nothing either.
I'm saying that
We're
would have
about to
been,
10.
we could have jumped from 10th
the
to
battle of
6th.
mid, mate.
So we could have gone from 10th to 6th
6.
in 1 week, which is a big jump for a team like us.
Or is that a fake
He's
fact?
getting-
No.
8 points a game.
No, I'm being serious.
No.
It is.
Are they
Because
actually?
it was
Yeah.
4 points.
Because
It was 4
if
points
they
before
get
this
3
weekend.
points
Was it that
this
close?
week, 3
Yeah.
points
That was
this week,
better.
we got none, and then
Yeah.
they beat
Are
us.
you saying if you won?
If they win, and
So
then if they beat
we-
us,
If they beat us.
If we beat Aston Villa, it would have been 1 point.
Okay. Okay.
And then if we beat them, we would have jumped ahead of them.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant if you win the next game, you go to like 6. I was like, huh?
No. I'm saying we should have beaten
Double or
Aston Villa at
nothing.
home.
Yeah.
I
okay.
get you, but I
That
don't
makes
really
sense.
think you're fighting for that much. I think it's at a point now where it's like, I reckon just let him finish off the season or whatever it is, and then
That's
just
what I mean. He's come in halfway through the year. He's got
Yeah.
400 new players.
yeah.
Like, what can he really do coming in halfway through the year?
I think it's also for the players. I think you wouldn't want a manager to stay there and upset more players players could just want to leave after the season. You wouldn't want your best players to leave just because of this guy. So I think getting rid of him brings fresh air to the club.
But this just
Players are smiling.
This proves to me even more, though, that they're not signing players for a system with an idea about the future.
They're just signing
Which is
players
They're
for
just
the
signing
sake of
players
it.
that they like.
stupid.
Yeah.
They're just bringing in players that don't suit the manager, that don't suit the system. Because if these guys were all signed under Graham Potter's regime, under his system, his tactics, then he would never have been fired. He would never have been fired because you would have given him a chance. This is clearly an owner who feels like he has to prove something, and he's just signing, bringing in expensive players here and there, bringing in whoever he wants. He thinks he's the Galacticos, and now they're going to bring in a new manager and say, here, have all these players, try and play with them.
Yeah, make your own system.
But I think it's going to be the first time that we'll have a coach going into preseason with a clean slate. He gets a whole preseason under his belt.
The first
I
time.
mean, you had Tuchel doing that this year.
But not with these new players. I'm saying this is the first time new players have come in.
He did have new players. He had about
He had-
9 new
yeah.
players come in at the start of the year.
No, he didn't.
Tuchel did?
Tuchel didn't have these last six
I said he had
signings that we
about
had.
9
Still
new
signed,
players.
Still
like-
have-
Yeah, bloody. They signed a new keeper. They signed Koulibaly.
but-
they signed Cucurella. They signed
The
Sterling. They
Tuchel
signed
sacking, you can put an asterisk
or
next to
whatever.
it.
yeah.
All these players they signed. They signed Aubameyang. That's like 6 players I've just named. Fofana they signed.
Aubameyang,
That's 7
Aubameyang,
players. What do you mean?
Aubameyang was signed mid after he left. They bought him in
No, he
thing.
wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Wasn't
No,
he
he
at the start of
wasn't.
the season?
No,
he
we didn't buy
wasn't.
Aubameyang at the
Because
start
he
of the
wanted
season.
He was
Ronaldo.
in
He
at the
couldn't
start
get
of the
Ronaldo,
year,
so he
mate.
bought-
Yeah,
He
I
was
thought-
in with Tuchel.
No, it was already halfway. The season was already
How
started.
could he be brought in? The
wasn't.
transfer window would have ended.
No,
He
it
was in-
wasn't. Yeah.
Mate, are you guys all right?
No, it wasn't this year.
Yeah, it was the start of this
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
No.
That's
We
all
didn't.
He
we
came
didn't-
in at the start of this season.
Can someone search that shit up?
He
I don't
did,
think
of course
it's-
he did.
I don't think it's fact.
Yeah.
January.
Then he would have had
Yeah.
to come in January, and he
But
didn't.
I think what this shows, Potter was the wrong guy for this job from the start.
I just
Probably.
think Chelsea don't care. They're just
Probably,
splashing
but he
money
also wasn't
everywhere.
given a chance.
But also,
Yeah.
you fired your manager with no big managers on the market.
And lost so much money
it wasn't.
doing it as well.
No, now I'm saying before
now.
when they fired Tuchel, there was
Yeah.
no big managers on the market. They made
was-
bloody Graham Potter quit his job, and now De Zerbi's doing better than him.
Yeah, but at least he's getting money now. So.
Yeah, and now De Zerbi's coming to Chelsea.
All right, but I got a question for you.
Yo, fire it, man.
He played. He managed 31 games, 12 wins, 8 draws, 11 losses. What do you make of that?
That is horrible.
That's terrible. For
31% win percentage.
for a team like Chelsea. That is terrible.
bad.
For a mid-table team, that's f***ing so good, man. 10th and 11th, you're fucking getting a raise. I mean, you're effing getting a raise.
How do we feel like Chelsea's going to end this season? Given they've sacked the manager,
I think they'll get a
they've
boost.
sacked another manager. Do the players automatically become as good as they should be?
Yeah, they become
Yeah,
better.
facts.
I think they do become better.
Because I feel like he's kind of been hard done by because
Of course.
you look at the game, right, that they lost to Villa. They probably could have been up 2-0, 2-3-0, really. So for me, watching Chelsea, it almost feels like they play well, they look good, they just can't score goals, or like the players just don't have it, or they just can't find the finish.
I feel like that's been the Chelsea story for the last 2 years at least. They just cannot score goals. But you spend all this money and still you have the same issue. I feel like they're just going to try and play out the season. They'll just stay, I don't know, probably 9th or 10th and just
Yeah.
I think we could push for conference.
You know what I think it is, though? I think when you look at it, when we laugh about it, when we joke about it, you think like, wow, you're a manager, right? You come into a big team, you have all the money you want, you've got all these players signed for you. But I think he's kind of set up to fail because he's come in, right? And you can see that it's an owner who's signing players to just sign players.
Vibes.
You can't, none of these guys you can tell me is just like, this is his system. Whereas when he was at Brighton, he was signing the players that he wanted, creating a system. They didn't have to be big name players, but he created that system at Brighton and they were playing good football. They looked like a good side. Here he comes in, there's pressure on him and you're not getting your own players and you've come into a club that's in a bad position at the moment. And then now you're just fired.
I think that's.
You got
wild.
7 months and you're just fired.
It's wild.
I think that's the difference between a manager, a normal manager, and a good manager. I think, say it was someone like, say Tuchel, for instance, wasn't fired and he had all these players, I think he would have done a way better job
He could have.
compared to what
It's hindsight.
Graham
though.
Potter.
But he
Sometimes I look at Potter and he does not know what to do.
Do you reckon it's his energy?
He looks like he doesn't know what to say anymore, like or how to talk to players.
Because there's this big debate that he just doesn't have like the vibes, you know, to be like a Chelsea manager. Because if you look in the past, the successful ones, Conte, Mourinho, like these guys were like bad.
That
you know
grit
what I mean?
about him,
Yeah.
So do you reckon that's part of it? Like he's just too chill, cool, calm, collected for a job like that. So it kind of gives the wrong impression that he's out of depth or he doesn't know what he's doing? Or do you think, he just was completely out of his depth?
Completely out of his depth because he's gone from a team that doesn't have too many expectations. So, I mean, you wouldn't expect him to have like that grit you ask for like other managers have. To going into a team like Chelsea, right? You got to make top 4, and they're
you have
10th.
to succeed.
And he's like, "What the fuck? How am I going to make top 4 with this?" Every single press conference he goes into, he's apologizing. He's saying, "Oh, sorry." I don't want to hear sorry, man. I don't care. You need to be like, "Yo, get the players in. Tell them if you're gonna play a player over another player, just be like, okay, but don't change your mind and then bring him back into the squad because." You've seen something.
But it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he doesn't bring in players, change the squad when they're losing, then everyone's going to say, well, these guys are losing. He's keeping the same squad. But he changes it. He's trying to get as much as he can out of any of these players, but none of them are giving him enough.
It's the wrong time, though. You look at Tuchel, he kept Lukaku out for the whole time he said he didn't want him. It's not like he brought him in because
But it's not like they weren't successful. They were doing all right. They were in top 4. They finished, what did they finish?
Yeah, but
third.
we were still losing like games we should be winning. But he still never brought Lukaku in to start. That's what I'm saying. I think that's the difference between some managers and the good managers. And I don't. He was the wrong guy from the start. They shouldn't have brought him in. But yeah, he got his bag. Now he's off.
Yeah.
You can tell he's capable though.
You can.
Surely.
Like
I feel like he knows.
Look at what he did with Brighton. He was overachieving with them. He's come in and not given the time to try and make things better at a club that was in complete shambles when he came in. At least you could give him the off-season to try and make things right.
And you know my thing is, he's never ever been the manager that's let's set up and just get through these games. He came into Brighton and he built a system. That's what he was known for. And if you're Chelsea, why on earth would you bring in Graham Potter if you're not letting him build a system and build a team around what he wants to do and the tactics? So for them to fire him after 7 months where he has had no chance to build a system, he's just been given random players, here you go 100 mil, here you go 100 mil, and then do this. Do with this. You have 7 months, your job's on the line. So what are you meant to do?
Yeah, I think that's he felt that pressure. Like he didn't get, like you said, he didn't get to do what he wanted to do. So he just kind of was like, I don't know, panicked maybe and just sat back and just let them take control over him. And then I guess it didn't work out. But like Tom said, they should have at least maybe given him the off season to try and work a system, maybe sign a few extra players not that they need extra players, but to, build a system that he can work with. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just the story of Chelsea, just not giving managers enough time, firings after firings.
It's just a different owner, same board still. So it's obviously going to be the exact same results.
Yeah.
Yep. I knew he was going downhill when he stopped getting fades.
Yeah.
That's when it was all over.
Just let it grow out.
3 9.
Stop getting trims. That was it.
Yeah. He had that beanie hair. You know when you take off beanie and your hair's just... It's crazy.
I want to move on to Leicester. Obviously, as we know, Brendan Rodgers got the sack.
About time.
How do we feel about that? I think that was an interesting one because you can argue that he's really done well for Leicester over his time there. But when we look at this season, they've lost the second most amount of games, 17 losses in the league.
Oh my God.
They've only won 7 games. 17 losses.
I did not know that.
I think he had to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 wins.
You can't be with the
Not
squad
very
he
nice.
has.
Yeah.
Yes, they didn't sign any players. Yes, they didn't add to the squad, whatever. And they lost one of their best defenders. But with the squad that he still currently has, there's no way you can be sitting in 19th at this point of the season.
He's taken them as far as they can. Remember when they were pushing for top 4?
They were on the final day, 2 seasons in a row on the final
If he's not
day.
making it with that squad and he's not doing it then, he's definitely not doing it now.
Yeah.
And why are you not bringing in players?
Yeah. How can he not be back to bring in players?
Yeah.
Because there's an argument that the board didn't back him. So they were the ones who were selling players. They weren't letting him make signings. Do we agree with that, or do we think that's a bit of a cop out?
No, I agree with it. I think he showed how good he could be, and what he did with the Leicester side. That it was, yes, they were once Premier League champions, but when he took over, they were 10th or 11th in the league, and he brought them back to being a competitive side and a side that was challenging for
100%.
top four.
Yeah.
And they were in the Europa League. So I think what he's done, and he's shown that he's a good manager and he can do things with a decent squad, and he created a decent squad. But now you look at the way they're playing the team, because they still have talented players. So to sit at 19th, you say, yeah, Brendan, your time's up.
They've slowly been going backwards, so I
Yeah.
think it's the right move. I think.
It's a weird timing though, because you look at it now, they're sitting at second last. Does it make sense to sack the coach now?
I think yes, just because
Kitchen
you're trying
sink.
not to get relegated.
Kitchen
you're trying
sink, yeah.
everything
Yeah.
you can do not to get relegated. If you know you're gonna get rid of him in the off season,
Just
and you're
just
19th,
do it now.
Just do it now. and
Give the
try
team that
something.
breath of life
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
get through the end of the season,
out
get
of
out
that.
of the relegation.
But they
zone.
do not sit in a good spot right
No.
now.
They need CPR.
Do you guys see Graham Potter going there?
No.
At all?
No.
No?
No.
Too soon?
Yeah, no.
I did have a question to ask. I saw this graphic online. So this season, there have been 12 managerial sackings.
Jesus.
Scott Parker from Bournemouth, Gerrard from Villa, Lampard, Everton, Nathan Jones, Southampton, Tuchel, Bruno Lage from Wolves, Hasenhüttl, Southampton, Jesse Marsh, Leeds, Vieira, Palace, Conte, Tottenham, Rodgers, and Potter.
That's actually crazy.
12.
Because some of them do.
Incredible.
So that's 11 out of 20 teams that have been...
Nah, two of them. Oh, yeah. Two of
Two
them
of
were
them.
Southampton and two of them were Chelsea.
Oh,
Southampton.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, two of them were
Yeah.
Southampton. Two
Yeah.
of
God
them were
damn.
Chelsea.
It felt like
10.
Ralph was last season.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
And what's his name? Bournemouth coach was fired after three games when they lost 9-0 to Liverpool. I can't believe this doesn't feel like it's the same season.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it's
Do we think that
crazy.
there's an issue with teams like being so result and money focused that they just have to chop and change? Like
1,000%.
people aren't given the time enough now to work within their system.
For me, as soon as there's any risk that you could finish below a certain spot, I think there's red flags everywhere. The board's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
We need to
now.
change right
Bad.
now.
Because I think it's a Premier League issue with the amount of money that you get for
It has-
even
yeah.
even two places above. You don't see this in other leagues.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I
So
think that's
we-
why.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just think it's something that the Premier League might have to. I don't know if they want to change it or if it's fans care or clubs
Fans care. Because I've been reading through a lot of just blogs, like random football team blogs. And a lot of fans are they're confused with what's going on. So I was in a Leicester blog just reading some of the reactions of Brendan getting sacked, and some of them were like, why? Yes, we understand that we're not doing well, but he's been there long enough that we trust that something could happen, because if he's not there, how is it going to be better anyway?
And who do they bring in?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
So it's
They bring in a
weird,
Big Sam or something.
if you don't have a replacement lined up, then what's the point?
They must have something if they
They
pull the
must.
trigger.
Yeah, they must.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree, man. The way things kind of just cycle is crazy.
I also wanted to bring up something weird because we haven't talked about when Conte got sacked. But did you guys see that his assistant coach stayed on to take the job?
Oh, is that who they're going with?
Yeah, for currently
I didn't
the
know that.
assistant coach, because usually they come in pairs, right?
Yeah.
They come their whole technical
Just
team
boom,
Yeah.
see up.
fired. The whole team's
Yeah.
fired. But Conte got fired, and the assistant coach stayed. So
Maybe he's trying to.
he's
become
trying to
manager.
step up. Huh?
Sabotage.
So I was that's very intriguing.
Well,
betrayal.
he was doing pretty well when he
Judas.
was
Yeah,
kind of in the job. So.
yeah. When Conte was away,
Yeah.
Maybe it was
Yeah,
Judas. Yeah,
He was doing good.
Maybe he was translating opposite to what Conte was saying.
because did you guys see that when Conte got Premier League Player of the Month last month?
Coach of the month.
I mean, yeah, not player. When Conte got Premier League Coach of the Month last month, he only managed one of the 4 games, and that was the game they lost.
Really?
The other 3 were managed by the assistant
Bit of
coach,
a
and they won
conspiracy.
all 3. Pretty crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
God damn.
Jeez. But it's interesting. I feel like we're just in a weird time where everything's got to be now. System's got to be in place now. You got to win now. Players have to come in and be good now. Otherwise,
no
everyone's like,
second
"Oh, it's trash."
Yeah.
It's just crazy because I was looking at Woodrich, like his account. This guy is getting absolutely violated.
Remember
bro.
the first game, everyone?
Bud was saying Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Bud was saying Ballon d'Or winner Modric.
How do you feel about that guy?
I still like him, man.
You like him?
I like good footballers, and he's a good footballer.
That's the thing, like you said, no one's giving even players a chance now. You just
Yeah. Social media.
Oh, it's
Toxic.
It's a
absolutely.
different kind of
You know what I saw?
game.
I saw that Real Madrid are looking to buy Haaland already.
I saw that.
Oh, good
I was
God.
like, what the
A
hell?
lot of people were thinking that Haaland was going to be gone in the summer, but then I saw everyone saw him celebrating, doing the Poznan in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a bit of a like a sicko. So I feel like he just
He was
just like-
celebrating, jumping. When Alvarez scored, he was like
Yeah.
on cloud
Yeah,
nine.
he was going crazy.
But can you imagine if Haaland leaves this
It's just
window?
like,
He won't.
And is it the worst thing?
I don't think so.
That is actually nuts.
City's secretly sitting on two of the best young strikers in the world.
Imagine we
Facts,
sell
though.
Mudryk to Arsenal for like 150 mil. I reckon you guys
you
still
think
buy
you're
him.
making money on him? No chance.
Oh yeah.
No chance in hell.
I reckon he'd pay us to leave.
what has that?
from
What
you
has
guys.
our life become? Wow.
I know,
crazy,
it's so
yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
people like Mitch are happy.
Yeah. What the hell?
Mish is chilling over there.
I tell you, I'm telling you, you give it 7 weeks and they're not going to be happy anymore.
Why?
You know, if
things
we
coming.
joined, if we joined
no, don't.
points,
No.
we'd only be 8 points ahead of Arsenal.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
We'd be sitting only 8 points
sir.
ahead of Arsenal. That is
8 points.
That's
We're
tapped.
pathetic.
Yeah, but we have 2 games
They'd
in hand
have,
between
they'd
us.
have 29 games in hand. Yeah. That's tapped.
Oh, God.
You think
Not
that?
lucky, right?
You think Odegaard's getting past Enzo and Thiago? He's not getting nowhere near the ball, cuz.
Oh, God.
And Reece is clamping your stupid Martinelli freak up there.
yeah, fire.
Don't even get me started on Saka.
Reece? Nah.
That backline would be clamps.
What do you mean, nah? This guy said, nah, Reece is not clamping up Martinelli.
We'll see. You
You guys
guys
are
are
a bit over your head. These Arsenal.
Oh, and you know what sets up perfectly? Jeremy and Denai are here next Monday. And Liverpool. Oh, no. We play Arsenal
We
on...
play on.
No, on
It's Monday morning.
We
Isn't
play,
it?
yeah, Liverpool play
It's like
Arsenal
1:30 Monday morning.
So if we beat these bastards and
Oh.
stuff up their title race, that would be the best
That would be
episode of my
nice.
life.
So
That'd be great.
realistically,
Not happy,
I'll be so
I'll be
gassed.
so happy.
realistically, it might just be me on the pod on Monday.
No, I'll be there. I'll
If
be
it's a
there.
draw, you.
Hey, this
I
is
know
the
everyone's not coming.
It'll be
Praying
you.
for our
It'll be you,
downfall.
Riley. It'll be you, Riley, Jack.
Mitch. This
Mitch
is
isn't
it.
coming
This is the
on.
new happiness.
I'll MC this shit.
Yeah.
You see what makes them happy these days?
Bro, I'm telling
It's
you.
a new world.
If we can derail Arsenal's title race, I'll be
I'm taking Monday off.
It's public holiday. I'm telling you. If they lose to us,
Look happy
and
these
then they
guys
lose to City, and then they lose to Newcastle, title race gone.
That would be very Arsenal. of
Yeah,
them.
this is the happiest I've ever seen.
In 1 week and a half, I'm gonna be hearing Arteta out.
Yeah, I'll get down.
Hey,
What's his name? What's the guy that used to always talk?
yeah. And it's
Arsenal
3-1.
TV, what's that guy?
Arsenal's won, and they're just
I'm
like,
telling you, Liverpool, clip this, do whatever you want right now.
No.
After we
Wasn't
just
it
lost to
Troops?
City, Liverpool are beating Arsenal at Anfield.
who's the
Liverpool
main
are beating
guy?
Arsenal at
Isn't it
Anfield. I'm
Troops?
telling you.
Nah, it's not
happening.
true. It's the main
Troops
guy.
did
Yeah.
Robbie.
Robbie.
I know.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see him back on TV.
AFC Robbie.
Robbie's
For the wrong
crazy.
reason.
Party hard.
Nah, look.
Stop singing, Robbie.
I'll let you sing and dance, do that. This,
I'm telling you, I told the camera just
I'm
now,
here, mate.
production, clip this, keep it saved,
Yeah.
keep it in the files. Liverpool are beating Arsenal at Anfield. Now, it doesn't matter what our run is, doesn't matter what
Facts.
form we're in, doesn't matter what's going on. I'm telling you, we're beating Arsenal. I could be setting myself
I'm
up
gonna
right now,
buy
but I'm not.
2 weeks.
I'm not.
I'm just saying you could do it better. That's
Yeah,
what
but
you're
you clip this as well.
Hey,
Clip this as well
Marvin's
because
room,
we're
Marvin's
going to
room.
beat Arsenal. Samuel. And they're going to come here. They're going to come here. Arsenal are going to come here only 2 points ahead of City, and they're going to be stressing. They're going to be stressing.
Do you guys want to take me to the shops? I'll go buy us Liverpool shirt.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
I'll just
wear it
let-
on Monday.
I'll let you borrow one if you
One of
want.
mine. We got heaps. Don't worry
Alright,
about
this
it.
is the
No, I
new
want one.
lows.
I want to have Abbas from the back.
This is new lows.
That's on the back.
You always mention him, man. I think you're in love.
It's alright, man. It's the new lows. It's the new. It's.
This is what makes us happy in
I
football
don't
now.
co-sign that, by the way.
I do. Of course not.
I got you. I'll
Tom,
co-sign
the
that.
best
I'll
teammate.
co-sign that with you.
Tom,
Don't worry
there's a
about
time.
it.
There's a time to do
You
it.
talk after the
Do you
game.
want joy in your life? No. Do you just want to sit there angry?
I have no joy in my life.
That's what I'm saying. So
Take a risk.
you know, even
join-
it makes you feel happy.
join us.
Even now, just say it. Just say we're going to beat it. It makes you
No,
feel happy.
I've been burnt by them too many times.
Yeah, but it makes you feel happy. It makes me feel happy. We're going to beat Arsenal. Just
send me a secret
We're going to
message,
beat
Tom.
them. I feel so
and
good.
then when you see this clip on the Let 'Em Shoot story, clipped up with different
Yeah, well, you're next to him on the
different
camera.
remixes, edits.
You're next to him on the
Sam's
camera, so I
got
don't care.
sunglasses in one of them.
I feel good. I feel good. I'm telling you. I feel good. I feel confident about that game.
Why do you think I'm sitting here today?
I'm so ready.
I'm telling you,
Same
Luis
friend.
Diaz will be back.
Apparently he does like they clip it here.
Now I'm gonna tell production keep it all the whole
Luis
frame.
Diaz is going to be back.
Yes, sir.
And you know,
Do you
lucky,
like
we're not playing on Good Friday because Gabriel Jesus will be dead.
And no Saliba. Hey, Saliba's out.
Lucky we're not playing on Good Friday because we won't be the only Jesus that died.
And they're doing things. They're gonna be drunk off eggnog from that.
Yeah, they'll
from
be
Easter.
drunk from Easter
Eggnog.
eggnog.
Yeah.
You really don't know
Yeah,
the Christian
yeah,
holidays.
that's-
Saliba's out. So holding started.
Yeah, Saliba out holding. You think
Yeah,
Rob
yeah.
holding just because he got a new hairline, he can
Yeah,
F
yeah.
with,
Wait, hold up.
with Darwin?
Breaking news. Hold up.
I'll let you just do your thing, man.
I'm going to talk, man.
entertained.
It's my favorite thing
One
to
sec.
do.
Life's good over here.
Yo.
Who is it?
Oh, Fabrizio just told me
Yeah.
you guys re-signed Aubameyang and he started. Yes, sir.
It's signed the team.
Aubameyang and he has to start.
And he has to start. Sorry, Jesus.
Yeah.
Back to the bench. Trossard to the bench.
Jesus said he's fully fit. He's never felt any better. He's like, nah, I'm starting
Yeah, man.
Aubameyang.
Arteta, do you remember when he tried to fight Klopp last time? You don't think that same thing's going to happen?
Bro,
he's going to try to
Klopp's like
fight Klopp.
6'4",
Yeah,
man.
Klopp's going to eat
He's
him.
gonna
You're going
monster
to eat him
that
up.
We'll just be playing nice. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0,
You think that's
3-1.
happening? You guys think you could come Anfield and do that? City couldn't even come and do that. And City are better than you.
I think we're way better than you probably think we are.
I think you guys are very good, but I
Yeah.
think the moment's going to get to your young
Yeah,
players.
your young
the moment's
players.
going to get to. And I clip this as much as I'm saying as
We
much stuff
always
possible.
have one big win against Arsenal every season.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
So
And you
I
didn't
mean,
use it yet.
Sometimes multiple.
yeah, we're just
Yeah, you
know,
haven't deployed that card yet.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
it
wait.
hasn't happened
Just
yet.
wait.
And when we were at our...
What happens if you don't?
Well, yeah. What happens if you don't win?
Nothing.
Me and
We
Mitch
just-
already have a bet.
We're in the same spot as we
Yeah.
are right
yeah, it's
What's the
fine.
bet?
Maybe may as well be happy for now.
For the game?
Yeah, 100 from me, 50 from him and Jeremy each. That's
Yeah.
how confident I am.
Yeah.
I said it a couple weeks ago. I said it. Yeah, I said it a couple
I'll
weeks
bet
ago.
whatever money you want on that game.
You think you're winning in Anfield?
I'm feeling confident in my team.
Man.
You guys think you're winning at Anfield? This is probably the first time ever in your life you think like you're confident enough. Like not in your life,
Well,
but
there's,
like
there's
the
a
last
reason
5
to be
years.
confident.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
But there's a reason to be scared.
Yeah,
They have
there's
no
a reason
fear.
to
They're
lose.
just going in to
anything in
play.
life.
It's a big game. Hey, someone put $100 on Salah to score as well. He's scoring.
He always he's big games. He scores every
Yeah,
big
he's
game,
scoring.
man.
But you should do it.
On what?
If you're backing it, do it.
He don't gamble. He doesn't
I'm
gamble.
getting it's Ramadan, MJ. I can't get it.
Cap it. Cap it on it.
But if I did bet,
You know, you should get him a nice Liverpool kit.
I'll give him one.
Next to that nice United kit he's got.
Yeah, that's true.
oh, we doing exploits.
We're doing exploits.
You know, on this new show coming up, I'm gonna do a segment of your exploits as well.
Exploits.
Yeah,
Do you mean blackmailing?
Yeah, he's gonna be blackmailing you on the
Yeah.
show, live on TV.
You know, I put a tracker on that Brazil shirt you never wore. I want to see where it ended up.
I wonder
No,
where
to
that
be fair,
Brazil shirt went.
I don't think Brazil shirts at the top of the pecking order no more. To be fair,
After
not?
what happened
There's
in
been a lot of bad.
That was just the
yeah.
first.
That was, I
and-
think, that's iconic.
after Newcastle
But
shirt.
there's been some
Newcastle
bad
shirt.
Newcastle shirt.
I could put that shirt on right now. Tell MJ to put that Brazil shirt on. He's gonna be shaking. He's gonna be like, this.
I can wear it back to back.
MJ, can you please right now say you're gonna wear it on the next episode after
If
you guys
you lose,
lose? After you lose
What
to
do you
Liverpool.
do? What do you do if you lose?
I'll do whatever you want, man.
All right, we'll
To be honest,
say.
I've made it to the point in life. Hey, Bud forgot to wear his his mesh. His mesh top.
It's been 3 episodes, mate.
Yeah, what happened?
It's not my. I'm not gonna bring it up. If you guys forgot, it's none of my.
Far
You think
out.
I'm gonna be
That's
like,
terrible.
oh guys, you forgot to give me the mesh shirt?
Saying you can wear it.
Yeah,
What do you want,
sure,
mate?
man. Sure, man.
I've already said all this.
How
I
about
think
someone
that could
just
be
wears
worse.
it? One of you guys has to wear that
You said a
Brazil
lot
shirt.
of bad
I've said a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
All right, you wear an Arsenal kit.
No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Wear it if you say
Nah, are you gonna wear it? You'll be on it.
Mum's laugh, I'll drag Mitch on screen.
Mitch, you have to lay on the table for the whole episode.
I just hold his DJ USB with the hammer and threaten to just break it all.
Just do it with a fishing line and you can come on the camera.
We
This is
got
the
off
best
track.
show in the
We
world.
did.
man.
Oh, it really is.
Such a
So
good
glad
show.
to be
If you guys made it this far, you're welcome.
Yeah.
It's too many gabbers.
Love
Well,
from
let's
Canada.
move to Australia for a second.
Oh shit, we still going. Yeah, I forgot.
Western Sydney, Adelaide. It's a bit of a fight.
Yep.
Yikes.
I don't mind that.
This league's taking over the Prem, baby. It
is.
This league.
Yeah.
Now Liverpool shit, I'm telling you, this league is taking over the Prem for me. I love the A-League. I can watch every game. I can watch all the teams. Even the shit games, they're still good sometimes.
Facts.
Like, man, tell me I'm not watching Bournemouth and Nottingham play, but I'm watching Perth and Macarthur play. I'm watching Melbourne Victory when they're coming around. I'm
Blue.
telling you, the Big Blues on. I'm watching these games. You see that fight? Marcelo, this is literally an experienced centre back from Europe's leagues. He's got that Brazilian favela. He's got that
He's
shit
about
in him, man. He put 2 guys in chokeholds. he put our favorite guy in a chokehold.
He put a 17-year-old
Put
on
a
it.
17-year-old in a chokehold. Somebody called Crime Stoppers.
This guy choking kids, man.
Yeah.
He did not care as well. He
Choking
just
kids.
let him go.
And when the ref showed him his red card, he did this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Took the captain's armband off, chucked it. He said, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm out.
At least he didn't fart. Imagine if you farted in that area.
You
man.
know, just before the game started as well, in the build-up, Rudin said, yeah, he's got to be signing of the season. And he goes on to
Commentator
get a
Second
red.
red card
man.
later.
That's what it is.
He's second red, even though he is phenomenal. But he's second
He is.
red, and that was a battle. That's turning into that's going to be a good finals game because they sit second and third right now.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good finals game.
Hey, if you guys are from Adelaide, Aaron Kunda, you watching, man? Get us some tickets
Yeah, get us some tickets.
for that game.
We'll go watch
We'll do a little
watch
vlog.
the Adelaide semi.
Yeah,
Yeah, do a little
We'll
vlog.
fly out to Adelaide.
Yeah.
How about that?
Why not?
done.
I don't know the schedule off the top of my head.
How many games do they have left? They don't have that many games
Yeah,
left.
we each everyone. Mitch got church. I've got partying or
go
something.
church?
Yeah, nah.
How many games in the A-League left?
I'll have a look
Surely
if you
not
like.
that many.
Yeah. I think they finished
Isn't
just...
the final usually around May
yeah.
or something? Well, nearly.
Or June. I think it's the first...
Is the women's league done?
That was the last
It was
game
the
of the
last
season.
Because
round.
Sydney.
Canberra United.
Canberra United,
just
man.
lost.
Oh,
That's the
they
toughest
drew
way.
and
They drew.
yeah.
All they needed
had
to do
to
was
win to
win.
get
Because they had a big run, didn't
Yeah,
they? towards
they
the-
Yeah.
win seven wins in a row.
It just shows
Damn.
those losses that had in the middle of the season come back to bite
Yeah.
them.
Exactly. That's the worst thing when you just
3-3
reminisce about those
as well.
games.
It would have taken Melbourne City out of the finals as well,
Yeah.
and put them in, and they drew 3-3. That's heartbreak,
man.
man.
What do you make of the Canberra United squad? Decent?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're like the last, I think it's been 2 or 3 years to have Grace Maher back. She's just, I think, the heart of that team. And obviously Michelle Heyman as well. She's just ridiculous. And then, you know, players like Jale coming in, Vesna Milivojevic has been amazing this season. They look really good. I think they just had they had 2 really just bad games. They lost 5-0 to Wellington. Yep, that's right. I can't remember who else they lost to. Was it Western? Maybe. I can't remember. Western United. And that just killed them. But they've had some big wins. Like this win against Sydney FC was crazy here at home. Yeah, they have a really good squad. If they can keep some players and make
Young
a
as
few new
well.
yeah, they are very young. You have players like Hayley Taylor-Young. She's like 18.
Oh, wow.
I think. Maybe. Is she older? Oh, apologies. Anyway, she's young and she's you know, amazing. So I think give them another year or 2 and they'll definitely be in the top 4, I think.
Facts.
Yeah.
Is there any fights in the women's game?
Jack, you go to all the games.
No,
Not really.
it's women don't
There
fight.
can be?
Yeah.
More talking.
Yeah.
Bit of argy-bargy. A bit of
It
argy-bargy.
takes a lot, I think, for a woman to like throw a punch or like get angry
Or grab
like that.
someone.
Or even a headlock.
That's like
Yeah, headlock.
The A-League has 4 more games left, so it's an exciting end to
Yeah.
the season. And it will be more exciting because Melbourne City play Melbourne Victory in 2 days. It's a midweek game, and if they lose, they're only 2 points ahead of Adelaide, and it was almost like the season was over.
That's the game that got postponed because of the
Yep.
the
That's
melee.
the game that got postponed
another
because of
fight.
the melee.
You see how this is all connecting to this week's topic?
That's the game.
Man.
I'm telling you, this league's taking over. Best young players, best fights, most exciting games, best scorelines, 3-2 on the regular.
Yeah.
That shit's happening 4-3 1 week, 3-2 the other week.
Facts.
We've got Australian internationals now. These players getting into the Australia squad. We beat Ecuador. So do you want to talk about our league? We beat Ecuador.
And
how about that? Caicedo was on the pitch getting bossed.
closest league in closest league in the whole world. You know, there's only 4 points between sixth and last, and there's like
You've just made that up.
No, it's 6 and victory.
Maybe sixth and last. 4 points, do you say?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Let's see Bud's facts. 23 points. 4 points between 5 points between
5
sixth
points.
and last.
Very
Pretty
close.
good.
close.
Yeah.
5 points between sixth and last.
Hey, our facts are getting
And I
better.
know I'm getting better.
Yeah.
And now imagine
Our
when
made
they
up facts on this show are getting a lot closer.
I mean, our facts are pretty good. Imagine when they add relegation in. There's 6 points between sixth and last.
Yeah.
Anybody's going down.
No one's going to the final. Everyone's going to the bottom
Anybody's
game.
going down.
That's it.
like this.
I love this league.
And I think, you know what it is? I used to be one of the people that were like, I'm not sure how I feel about the A-League. But I think once you watch and you just fully get
You just
involved in
commit.
it and you watch every week, you know the players, you learn who's playing, you learn the narratives, becomes so exciting.
Yeah.
Better than the championship.
Soon it's going to be better than Manchester Derby. The big blue is going to be better than Manchester Derby.
Yeah, even,
Mark my words.
even the Sydney
The Sydney
Derby.
Derby.
Western Sydney one, that's already better, I think.
Oh,
Better atmosphere.
Yeah.
Better,
way
atmosphere.
better.
Better than the Etihad. What atmosphere you get in there? Except for the weekend, it was a good atmosphere.
Yeah, but you can barely hear him still.
Yeah. Better than that quiet library, Emirates.
Yep.
Yeah.
That place is a library.
Yep.
I literally got so many videos about the vibes right now.
Emirates is a library.
Yes.
You think
Snowfest.
Emirates is better than the Parramatta Stadium? No way. That's way louder.
What's that concert that happens in Portugal?
Afro Nation.
Afro Nation is at Emirates, cuz. Every home game is Afro Nation.
You know what? I thought they were doing the you know how they do the silent
Yeah.
DJ?
Yeah.
Like raves?
with the
Silent
headphones?
disco.
The
Yeah.
headphones? I thought that was going on Emirates.
Yeah,
on the
me
weekend.
too.
That's
What's that happening for?
That's what I thought it was. Because
so
I
crazy.
thought,
Starting people on vibes.
I thought Emirates were doing 90 minutes of silence, but apparently it wasn't a thing.
I heard the ref blew the whistle and lost the whistle to blow back again. For 90 minutes, he couldn't find it. So
he couldn't find it. I think they just
You know what I heard actually? if you got 15 million followers on IG and you're under 19, Chelsea will sign you straight away.
they just signed that 15-year-old kid. You guys see?
Yeah.
They just signed that 15-year-old Ecuadorian kid.
You know what?
20 mil.
They
He's
could have
15.
lied. This guy could be have no legs. Chelsea would have no clue. They just signed him.
They would just sign
you know
him.
what this screams? Arsenal got no money. He's just cut. We still got Mudryk. He's not even good. I was lying. He's so shit.
We're happy, man. Keep him.
Mudryk is the worst winger we've ever had in our. I still want him. You guys can't have him.
Yeah, Trosha's the GOAT, man.
He needs sleep, bro.
I love
We need to
the
bring
A-League.
that little segment back.
I love
Keep
the
or
A-League.
sleep.
Yeah, keep, bench, sell, or sleep.
Yeah, that was
Trossard needs sleep.
Trossard Simicast sleep.
What the hell are you
No, I didn't watch WWE.
Hey,
Did he? Was
nah, I
his
saw
son
a
fighting
snippet.
as well? I heard
He
about.
fought-
He
fought
fought
his
his
son.
son. This
What the
sport
hell
is
is going on?
stupid. His son and the son and dad have beef.
Yeah.
Who's writing these narratives?
God
Do you
damn,
remember
they're
when
running
Eddie
out.
Guerrero and Rey Mysterio fought for custody of Rey Mysterio's son?
Yeah, I remember that.
Nah, I swear.
R.I.P.
It was wild.
This is a real thing.
And he
It
was
was
like,
wild.
Dad, I don't want to go. He was like in the ring with Rey Mysterio being like, Dad, I don't want to go. And Eddie Guerrero's like,
Mysterio
you're
win?
mine. I don't know.
Oh, what the hell?
Rick used to watch WWE. He used to do the pay per view, when the big, and they'd buy frozen chicken nuggets and stuff, and have a big cookout, big frozen food
The only thing I
cookout, and
know
watch
about
WWE.
WWE is that one prank call where the lady gets so mad because they keep going.
They keep
John Cena. are you a supporter of the U.S. military? And she's like, oh, yeah, I am. And she's like, well, he's like, well, you know who's fighting on the weekend? U.S. Navy SEAL John. And she's going, I would not have wrestling in this house.
Do you
That's the only thing I know about WWE.
in wrestling they have a coffin match where if you lose you get put in the coffin buried?
Buried alive match.
Yeah, that's what happened
crazy.
to Undertaker.
Orton.
He got buried, and then when he came back like a couple months later, they cut back to the scene where he was in the grave and he came out.
Like this, push his arm through
I
the
can't believe
soil.
we've talked about
crazy.
WWE today. I don't even know nothing about it.
What?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I saw
that's
KSI in
crazy.
a Prime bottle.
Yeah, he got
You got frog splashed.
suplex. Yeah,
What the heck is that?
So he jumps off the top rope. and goes,
yeah.
Back there, presenter table.
Yeah, right.
Logan jumped on KSI. It's crazy.
All right, let's take it back to football. Some news out in Germany. Nagelsmann.
This is crazy. This is actually crazy because did you guys see why he got fired?
well, the rumors.
The rumors.
Allegedly.
Well, they're broken up now, so it seems like it has to be true. Apparently, his girlfriend at the time of while he was coaching at Bayern, she worked for one of the biggest media outlets, sports media outlets, and she was a journalist there. And that outlet had been leaking Bayern Munich's tactics and stating things that they had no chance of knowing before their big games in the Bundesliga. Bayern board found out, they linked it to her, he got fired. That's the reason, because almost everybody was thinking, why the heck can this guy get fired? They were 1 point off the top, and they were 8 from 8 games in Champions League, conceded
That's
2
crazy.
goals, 7 clean sheets. Like, it didn't make sense. And then he got fired. Reported that him and his girlfriend broke up now. And so this guy, imagine being the guy who lost his job and his girlfriend same day.
Well, you know,
Sheesh.
And the guy who took over beat the team who was coming first, and now they're
And
first.
now they're
And now
first,
they're
and
first.
no one even remembers he was fired.
Sheesh.
to add to that, you know, when he became coach of Bayern, I think I read somewhere that his girlfriend had to quit being a reporter for Bayern Munich. So I think maybe it's a bit of her being a bit salty, and she's like, you know what?
Leak a couple things.
Yeah.
Leaks here and there.
leak
She could
this.
be getting paid nice.
Yeah, they would probably pay her more to just give the info.
Just been
But
informed.
now he's probably one of the youngest managers in the world, 35, without a job. Not
No-
for long though. Really.
No girl as
Chelsea.
I heard he's 50%
Chelsea.
thinking about moving to London.
Yeah.
with
That's
no girl.
confirmed.
That's crazy.
You're gonna find a new girl in London.
That's crazy.
Maybe a Caribbean one.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Islander.
Yeah, she's not gonna be leaking no info.
How do we feel about Nagelsmann at Chelsea? Bud? Are you liking that? Are you like, oh, it's just another saga? It's a weird.
But don't know.
I like
Paul.
this one way more. It looks more exciting, you know. Nagelsmann has a good ring to it, you know.
He
MJ?
doesn't know.
You know what I'm saying?
He just said,
No. He's a good coach.
yeah, that's really that's,
Tom,
a, gr-
what
that's
are
a great
your
way
thoughts
to
on
put it
Nagelsmann?
when you don't know anything.
No, to be honest, I don't know a lot about like his coaching style. I haven't watched much of the Bundesliga, but I like that he is very attacking, and I just think he sets his teams up well. You know, German coach, German traditionally they set their teams up well. So, I mean, I don't really know much about him, but I think that Chelsea will look to bring in a big name.
Yep.
It is Nagelsmann. I don't know if that's what they're really after or what they need at the moment. A young coach is really going to come in and work these superstars.
They're just
but-
doing the Arteta mold. Bringing a nice young coach, let him do whatever he wants for a bit, and then hopefully they're good.
Yeah, but they had Potter.
Yeah, but
He's not
didn't-
young, mate.
He wasn't good enough.
He's a good coach.
He
though.
didn't fit the mold. For
gonna
them.
be
Still a
interesting.
good coach.
He was too
Would you-
English.
Would you pick Nagelsmann or Potter? Just off the top of your head. Who
Off
would
the
you
top.
In the Prem,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it makes sense to sign
Someone who's been in the
someone
Prem.
who's been in the Prem and understands
true.
the Prem.
But what's more attractive to you?
From a marketing perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nagelsmann.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Tom, which guy's more attractive to you?
yeah, Nagelsmann.
We should do a draft of top 10 WWE
I only know
wrestlers.
Batista.
He'd be outside
Batista
the 10.
Ball.
Batista,
Yeah.
great Carly. He was in
Shawn
WWE.
Michaels.
You know, Batista went on a talk show the other day and he's like,
He looks pretty.
I
good
really
now.
just want to break into the rom-com space. Like I've been trying to get roles in rom-com for years. I was like, what's wrong with you?
That's so
I only
weird.
knew Batista, John Cena.
He's got like family and kids and that. Why do you want to?
tatted as well?
Yeah, you got the vibes,
What
cuz.
rom-coms he's going to be in?
Mate, it's not for you.
Yeah, but that's not the traditionally...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does he
step
look like
out. You
Justin
gotta-
Timberlake, mate?
You got to
No.
step out. You got to step out of that tradition, mate.
Yeah,
it's
I
too
like
old.
it. I
Maybe
like
he
his
could
look.
meet his
could be
new
that
wife in
muscly-
a tattoo shop or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or maybe he can be
an
Beauty
idea
and the
for you.
Beast vibe.
He could be the new
With
50
the great Carly.
Shades.
The great Carly was in Get Smart. Do you guys remember that?
No.
You mean
Smart.
Longest Yard?
Is that
No,
with
no,
Will
using Get Smart
Ferrell
with-
and Kevin Hart?
No,
Is that the wrong one?
No, that's the wrong one. It's the
That's
one.
Get
That's
Hard.
Get Hard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's Get Smart. It had
Is Jamie Foxx in that movie?
I don't know. I'm
nah.
thinking of something. I don't know
I
what
don't
that
think
is.
so. But it had Steve Carell in it, and it's the one where he's like, you know, the agent, the FBI agent or whatever, and he's like Agent 99 and that. You know?
I have no idea. What
The
Mate,
great Carly,
you can-
he's a
I'll probably if I
terrorist.
see it.
And he jumps off the plane with Steve Carell like this and holding him.
Maybe I actually have seen that.
Yeah, he's massive. And
But
they
I know
kick
he's
him
in the
nuts and
Longest Yard.
They kick him in the nuts and he goes like this. I'll put that clip just here.
It's been Let Him Shoot.
God.
Another
that was a-
episode.
Thank God.
That was a
Thanks for
fun one.
watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Next week we'll come back when Liverpool beat Arsenal.
Yes, sir.